welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome to what is another big day of Barça news, and we do have massive topics to address today. We're going to be talking about everything involving Jules Kounde and his future at Barça or away from it, and we're also going to be talking too about Joao Cancelo. Could he be our new right back next season? It is all coming up today. Full discussion and some analysis. So come on, and let's get to it. Because let's start, first of all, with the very, very big and shock news, I've got to say, coming out today regarding Jules Kounde, because it has been very widely reported there across the Catalan media today, including Gerard Romero, who, as we know, is close to the club. They are all saying Kounde is open to leaving Barcelona. He has given the club the okay to listen to offers for him this summer because he doesn't feel comfortable playing as a right back. And I think the first thing that we have to note here, looking at this Kounde story and the developing situation we've got on our hands, is the wording of this. Because it's not being reported outright that Kounde wants to leave, that Kounde is desperate to get out of Barcelona. That is not really the tone of what we're hearing. It is very much a case of Kounde maybe being open to leaving, listening to offers, looking elsewhere perhaps, but it all revolves around his position at Barça and the position that he's been played in this season. That's where the frustration lies. Because to be fair to Kounde, it is not a massive shock that he's frustrated to be at right back and he's not been enjoying his football playing in that position, because he's made no secret of it. All season long, whenever he's been asked about it, he's always said, that's not my position. That is not where I feel comfortable on the field, and long term, it's not where I want to be. I want to play at centre-back. He said that all season long, and he has never, ever hidden that. And I think when you're looking at the stats right now, you can see that over the course of the season so far, the majority of Kounde's games have been at right back, especially in La Liga. You know, there have been quite a few games where he's been tried at centre-back in the cup competitions there, especially a few times in the league. But when it comes to La Liga football, mostly he's been at right back. That has been the area where he's been consistently deployed by Xavi, because we've really struggled in that area. We've needed Kounde to step up, and quite often he has. But long term, I think we've all been aware that could not really continue. However, I think the big question right now is, guys, well, off the back of that then, does Kounde genuinely want to leave then? Is he unhappy at Barça? Is he really considering his future? Or is this all designed to just put pressure on the club? Is this ultimately Kounde's way of saying here, just before the summer starts, look, I'm serious. I'm not messing around. I didn't come here to play at right back. I came here to play at centre back, and I cannot do this for another season. This is Kounde's way of saying Barça have to act. They have to bring in a right back, because that's not me. And one other thing as well that I would mention about this Kounde situation is the timing. Just remember yesterday, guys, we spoke on the channel in his press conference. Xavi said, signing a right back, it's not really our priority this summer. Now, all of these rumours come just one day after those words from Xavi about signing a right back, and could this all be very much linked together? And I think if that is the case, I think it's very interesting, because on the one hand, you can certainly understand him wanting to play in his natural position, and also, by the way, when he was joining the club, it is said that he was told that's where he would play. So obviously, Kounde here is going to want that agreement to be honoured, basically. But I think there's also no denying, guys, that if Kounde only wants to play at centre-back, and if he wants to be only considered for that area, there is going to be competition, though. You know, he's not going to walk into the team at centre-back, because with everyone fit, of course, which at Barca is very rarely the case, but with everybody fit, you've got Araujo, of course you have, but we can't forget about Andreas Christensen. We've spoken a lot about Kounde, about Araujo, about the partnership at centre-back. We want to see that, but at the same time, Christensen has been brilliant this season, and it would be actually very unfair to say, well, he's out then. It would not be that straightforward. So Kounde there is going to have to really contend with some serious competition. And from the club side right now, it is being widely reported the club are very calm about what we're hearing, about the fact that Kounde, he's just looking around right now, just thinking about his situation. We signed him, of course, less than 12 months ago for big money, but not crazy money. I think we got a good deal back in the summer, didn't we? 50 million euros up front, 12.5 million in variables, but only 2.5 of those variables have been paid this season. So only 52.5 million there for Kounde. That looks already like a fantastic deal. But I think the big question would be this summer, if an offer of 80 million arrived, you're thinking about Chelsea, they wanted him before, you're thinking about other clubs who would love to have Kounde in their team, 80 million, 90 million, if those offers come in, what's Barca's stance going to be then? Because yes, we signed him, we want to keep him, Xavi indeed wants to keep him in his squad, but when there's big money on the table, in the situation that Barca are in, they're going to think about it. They're going to be looking at the offer and studying the proposal, especially now Kounde has left his options open. However, what if Barca did sign a right-back this summer? What if we were able to bring in not only any right-back, but a real quality one that's going to play the majority of games in that position? What about Joao Cancelo? Because I think it's really interesting now that also we're hearing in the media very, very recently now that Cancelo is really appearing as a serious option. Fernando Polo, usually very reliable when it comes to transfers, he says that right now Cancelo is Barca's #1 option at right back. He is becoming their priority. And there's plenty of speculation right now that ahead of the summer, Man City want to offload Cancelo again. Pep does not want him back in his team. Bayern not looking like he's going to stay there. And maybe Barca might be able to negotiate a deal to loan Cancelo. Now that is extremely interesting. Based on our FFP situation, based on players coming in for money, it is easier if you can get them on loan. Of course, then there is going to be the topic of wages. We're going to have to take on board those of Cancelo. But if we could negotiate the loan, this becomes a much more easy deal to complete. There may be an option to buy. There may be an obligation to buy. But that is something that could be on the table right now. And I've got to say, guys, for me, looking at Joao Cancelo, I would love it to happen. Now, I know that he's had a tricky time of late. I know the past sort of season or so, it's been sketchy for him, at Bayern. I think he's got back on track a little bit. He's heading more now in the right direction, more towards his best level. At Man City, of course, towards the end, it didn't work out for him under Pep, but I just think he's worth taking a risk on, because I think if you can find a way to really recapture him, get him back feeling confident again, feeling, in a permanent place where he can actually start to build something at his best, he is a wizard at right back. And I really do mean that, because I think he's a player that could suit Barcelona. He plays at right back, but he can also play on the left, so you've also got that versatility with him, and he's worth that risk for me. His best level is worth taking that chance on. So I'm interested to know, guys, if we were able to get Cancelo, number one, would you like to sign him? Whether it's on a loan deal, whether it's on something more permanent, let me know in the comments down below. But if we could do that, do you then see Kounde being happy to stay at the club? Do you see him remaining there? And if we were to play in a back four right now, say you sign Cancelo, you've got Balde on the left-hand side, you've got Araujo, who completes that back line? Right here, right now, are you picking Christensen? Or are you picking Kounde? So let me know those thoughts in the comments down below. There's a lot to discuss and a lot to debate right now, along with Barca's game away at Valladolid tonight. Now, unfortunately, guys, I'm not going to be able to review that match late on tonight. I'm going to be giving you some reaction tomorrow on that one. So my apologies on that, guys, and I do hope you do enjoy the game. There's set to be a bit of rotation. It's going to be interesting to see how it all works out and who gets some vital minutes. So I will see you tomorrow for all of that reaction. Thank you indeed for joining me here today on this video and everything that's going on right now at the club. It is exciting and it will be fascinating to see in the summer how it all works out. Enjoy the game tonight, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you soon with more coming up, of course. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.